The fashion trends this winter are looking pretty tasty, and I'm excited to try some of them myself. In this video, I'm going to be going over what's going to be trending this winter, where you can buy the best pieces if you want to take part in the trends, and if the trends are worth your money or not. Oh, and I'm also hoping we can get this video to 15 million likes, so if you can help me get one step closer, that would be amazing. And don't forget to hit subscribe as well. But now that's all out the way, let's get right into it. Now I know what you're thinking, leather jackets aren't warm enough for the winter, but don't have a go at me, I don't make the rules. A lot of brands out there are really pushing them right now and people are lapping them up, so it seems like people are willing to freeze this winter for fashion. I think a decent leather jacket can help elevate any outfit, and if you choose the right ones, they can be with you in your wardrobe for a very long time. So for recommendations, firstly, you've got this leather jacket from MKI, which is affordable, it's got a fashion-forward cut, and it looks great. If you like a biker-style jacket, then this one from Elwood looks amazing, and the price is really fair on it. Also, this leather jacket from Mutimer, I think that's how you pronounce it. Probably not, but we'll move on anyway. But these seem to be everywhere online, but I've heard they do run a bit snug, so definitely think about sizing up on these if you do go for one. This oversized bomber from All Saints is a really popular option, and because it's oversized, you can layer underneath it, which is going to keep you a bit warmer. And for something more premium, you've got the mini jacket from Our Legacy, which is really popular, and I do think it looks awesome. I also love this jacket from Le Maire. I think it looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm a sucker for a collar like this on my jackets. And also, this jacket from Acne Studios is a really cool looking piece with some really cool details. And by the way, I will leave links to everything in the description box, but let's move on. Now I must admit, I used to hate quarter zips because I used to associate them with frumpy old men, but that's all changed now. A lot of brands I love have been putting out their own versions of these and putting their own fashionable spin on them, so there's some decent ones out there to choose from. Although I am getting to that age now where I am getting to that frumpy old man age, so maybe it is just an age thing. You hit a certain age, say like 35, and you suddenly don't mind quarter zips anymore. But anyway, I do think these are great to layer with. You can wear them zipped all the way up, over the top of a tank top, or layered underneath a coat to add some depth to an outfit, so I do think they're very versatile. They also keep you warm, so they're a great piece for the winter, so they're a great item to buy if you like them. Don't get me wrong, I don't love these, I just don't mind them as much as I used to, and I probably would wear one now. But stay away from the frumpy ones, we don't want those. Let me show you some decent options. If you can afford it, the quarter zips from Le Maire are really lovely. They're thick, they give off a more fashion-forward look, and they're going to keep you cozy. You've also got Daniel Simmons, who has this nice looking quarter zip that comes in a few different colours, and from what I know of Daniel, this is going to be great quality. Studio Nicholson also have this really cool looking quarter zip. It is expensive, but it's going to be great for the winter, and it looks solid in my opinion. They also have this full zip that gives off the same look that I think looks really nice, and again, this is going to be great to layer with, and it's going to keep you nice and warm. And for something more affordable, you've got Arquette and Cos. They've got a few different options, and I'll link some of my favourites in the description box. Now I didn't expect barrel leg pants to become as popular as they've got, but they're everywhere right now, especially on Instagram. And I get why people are wearing these. They add some shape to any outfit, they look good in an Instagram fit pic, and I've dabbled in these a little bit myself. However, I am confident in saying that this will be a style of trouser or pants, whatever you want to call them, that we'll look back on in a few years' time and be disgusted with ourselves that we wore. But they can be fun to play around with, and fashion is supposed to be fun after all, and it can be fun to look back through old pictures of yourself and cringe at some of your old styles. Personally, I won't be spending a lot of money on these because I don't think they'll outlive the trend, not for me anyway, but if you do see them becoming part of your personal style going forward, or you want to play around with the trend, here's some decent options for you. So a great place to start with these if you want to dip your toes into them, literally, is Uniqlo. These are from the women's section, but they are for men and women, and this pair are currently viral. If you want something a bit more premium, then Porter James Sports have a load of nice pairs, so definitely check them out. And for something even more premium, check out Le Maire. To be fair, the pairs from Le Maire look so classy and the barrel leg is quite subtle, so I do think they would outlive the trend. Another style that I've been seeing a lot of at the moment is funnel neck coats and jackets. And I do think they can look good if you get the right ones. But these are going to be great in the winter because they're going to give your neck a bit of extra protection from the cold, and that higher neck gives your outfit some visual interest. But I do think these are really easy to get wrong, and you can end up looking far from stylish if you wear the wrong ones. And you don't want that. Well, maybe you do. Who am I to tell you what you want? But if you do want some stylish options, in my opinion, then here's some for you. So you've got this one from COS, which has got a really nice cut and a two-way zip, which can be fun to play around with. COS has also got this quarter zip funnel neck, so two trends in one, and it comes in this beautiful brown and also in navy. Our Legacy also have this mock bomber if you want something that makes a bit more of a statement. It's a little bit too much for me, but some of you might like it. I was recently sent this beautiful jacket from Porter James Sports. It is sold out now, and it's sold out really quickly, but hopefully they restock it. It's got a dramatic crop on it, but I think the crop works really well with this piece, and you can dress it up and down, and the quality's great too. This parachute jacket from Lemaire is really beautiful, and it's going to add a lot of detail to an outfit, and I'd buy this in a heartbeat if it wasn't so expensive. I absolutely love it. For something more affordable, Zara have got this brown technical jacket which gives off a cool look, and it's got a nice crop to it. Now, a lot of brands have been putting out these hoodie style jackets recently, and I must admit, I don't really like them. And I'm sorry if that upsets some of you, but I don't think they give off a great look. It's weird too, because I love zip up hoodies and I love jackets, but mix them together, it just doesn't work for me. Saying that though, trends have swayed me more times than I'd like to admit, so maybe in a few months' time, you'll see me rocking one of these, telling you how much I love it. Who knows? Either way, these are going to keep you warm, and a lot of people love them, so if you do want to play around with these, then here's some recommendations for you. If you want something that's not going to break the bank, then Zara have this option for under £60 that comes in black and brown. For a bit more money, Weekday have this oversized and boxy hooded jacket for just under £90, which looks great if you like these things. And also Carhartt are really well known for making these kinds of jackets, and they're going to be very well made and thick. And if you want something more premium, then Our Legacy have this little number for £670, which is a lot of money, and this is probably my favourite of the lot, although I won't be buying it myself. Now, relaxed pleated pants have been a trend for a long time now, and I don't see them going anywhere this winter, but what I think we'll see a lot of is wool versions and herringbone versions. It makes sense, doesn't it? Wool keeps you warm, and the nice thing about wool trousers is the wool can add some nice texture to any outfit. But yeah, this is nothing new, and I don't think you can go wrong with a nice fitting pair of relaxed pleated trousers in your wardrobe, and here's some of my favourites right now for the winter. If you want to save yourself some money, then Uniqlo have their wide pleated pants, and although these aren't wool, they give off a very similar look, and they're thick for the winter. This charcoal pair from COS are beautiful. I love the cut on these, and I always find COS pants fit me great, and they're really good value for the price, so you can't go wrong with these. But COS have actually got quite a few pairs of wool pants available right now, so I'll link some of my favourites in the description box. You've also got Daniel Simmons again, who's got a few different pairs of trousers with a wool finish, including this forest pair that have a herringbone pattern, and that herringbone pattern is going to add some detail to your outfits. Suit Supply have some great options, including this pair here. They are on the more dressy side and not as relaxed as some of the other pairs, but they are a solid option. This pair from NN07 have a lovely relaxed fit, and they come in a few different colours, so if you don't want to look like Mr. Bean, they've got some other colours out there. And also this pair from Aurelie, the colour isn't something that I'd normally go for, but I love the look of these and the cut is stunning. And just like barrel leg trousers, I do think this is another style that we'll look back on in a few years' time in disgust. And I'm not talking about a very subtle boot cut here, like the Wrangler cowboy cuts. I'm talking about pairs that are very noticeable. And you might be thinking, how's he so confident in saying that we'll look back on these in disgust? Well, because I'm old enough to have been there the last time these trended, back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Everyone wanted a pair of these, including myself, but as soon as they went out of trend, people pretended that they never wore a pair. And I think it's going to be the same this time round as well, but even though I say that, I can't help but like them this time around as well. I think they can give an outfit some really interesting shape, and some of my favourite jeans right now have a slight boot cut. So yeah, here's some of my favourites. So the third cut jeans from Our Legacy are my most worn jeans right now. I've had them for ages, but I've started to wear them a lot. The boot cut is really subtle, and the cut of the jeans in general is stunning in my opinion. This pair of jeans from Acne come in a lovely wash, and these jeans are pretty viral at the moment, especially on TikTok. People absolutely love them, and I do think they look nice. I also don't think you can go wrong with the Wrangler cowboy cuts. As I mentioned, the boot cut is barely noticeable, but it might give you a small taste of the style, and they don't break the bank. Bare Knuckles have their Surge boot cut jeans that have a bit too much of a noticeable boot cut for me, but you might like them. For something more affordable, you've got Weekday with their Mercury jeans, and these come in a few different colours, and they cost, I think it's £50. I think this pair from Levi's are also worth checking out. The wash looks great in my opinion, and they give off a similar look to the Acne jeans for a fraction of the price. But my vote goes to the Our Legacy jeans in this category. I love them. Now, I've heard a lot of people talk about camo being a trend right now, but I haven't seen any of it anywhere. But yeah, I have seen a lot of camo print. It's been in all the shops this year, and I've seen a lot of it on the high street as well. And I've always been a fan of camo. I'm a little bit bored of seeing this exact hoodie everywhere. I've been seeing it a lot recently, but aside from that, I do really like camo. It's a timeless style, so even when the trend dies out, there'll still be a place for it in your wardrobe, so it's not a bad one to get behind, in my opinion. And for recommendations, I think Ralph Lauren does camo really well. The print is usually the classic bold camo print, which I generally prefer. If you don't mind breaking the bank, the brand 424 also do a lot of camo and some cool looking pieces, but if you do want to save some money, then Abercrombie also have a lot of camo, including that hoodie that I'm bored of seeing. But that's just me, you might love it, so check it out if you want. And an obvious recommendation is you can always go to a military surplus store or have a look on eBay. Now, I was in two minds whether to include puffer coats on this list because of course they're going to be popular this winter. They keep you warm and a lot of people always wear them. But because a lot of people always wear them, I'm going to mention them. And I love a puffer mainly because they keep me warm, and I absolutely hate the cold. I hate being cold. But who likes that, to be honest? But I also like the look they give off. The only styles of these that I don't really like are the long ones. I get why people wear them, they keep you warmer, but I just don't like the way they look, personally. And I know it sounds obvious, but make sure you get something that's going to keep you warm. I've tried to save money on these in the past and ended up regretting it. I had one from Weekday, which I loved the look of, but I was freezing in it in the winter, so it was pointless wearing it. I think one of the best value puffers is probably the seamless down jacket from Uniqlo. They do keep you pretty warm and they look really nice, especially for the price. You've also got the MKI puffer, which was extremely popular last year and really fairly priced. And their website says they've got more coming soon because they sold out. Picante also just dropped a new puffer in 3 different colorways that look really nice. Just one thing to point out, the hood isn't removable or packable on this. So if you don't want a hood, then maybe this isn't the one for you. I also really like this puffer from Studio Nicholson. It gives off a slightly more dressy look, I feel, and it comes in a beautiful brown and also in black. And if you're an absolute baller, then Aurelie always do some nice down jackets, but there's so many good options out there to choose from these days. And just like puffer jackets, overcoats are another thing we always see in the winter, but I am seeing these a lot more than normal at the moment. I think with more tailored looks becoming more popular these days, people are wearing overcoats a lot more than they used to, and I've always been a fan of these. I think they look great. I personally prefer these if they come down below the knee and hit somewhere in the mid-calf area, and you don't have to get your measuring tapes out to measure the mid-calf area, just around that area is fine. I know a lot of you take my measurements very seriously. I think for me, an overcoat that stops above the knee reminds me of a coat you'd only wear to the office, which isn't what I want. So for recommendations, this double-breasted coat from COS has a beautiful cut and it's really fairly priced. And I think this is probably the best overcoat for the price that I've come across out there right now. I think the length is perfect, you can dress it up or down, so it's going to be extremely versatile. They've also got a single-breasted overcoat in grey and navy, which has a beautiful fit too, but I do prefer a black overcoat personally. I also think the whale coat from Our Legacy is beautiful. This is probably the shortest I go with an overcoat, but the cut is so nice and it definitely makes it stand out. I can always recognise this coat when people wear it because it has such a distinct look, but yeah, I think it looks great. And if you've got the money, then this overcoat from Aurelie is absolutely gorgeous. The length of this is spot on. Any longer, it might make you look like one of these guys, which isn't what I want. But yeah, it's made in Japan from 100% wool, so this is going to keep you warm whilst looking dapper at the same time. La Mer have also got their Chesterfield coat that comes in a few different colours and finishes. It is expensive, but it is delicious. On the more affordable end, this Zara coat is 82% wool and a great price. So if you're looking for a grey overcoat that's really stylish for under £200, then this is your coat. They've also got this double-breasted overcoat in black for under £100, and it's 52% wool, which doesn't sound great, but for a coat under £100, I wouldn't expect any wool in it. Now, people are really loving their belts at the moment and they're not scared to splash the cash on them, including myself. And the Our Legacy belt that I've got has become so popular that people are mocking people for wearing them, especially influencers. People say that all influencers are wearing this belt, and they're not wrong. Editor Harry here. I just want to jump in and say that I hope that doesn't come across like I think that I started off that trend. I definitely didn't. People wore this belt way before me. I'm just saying everyone wears it, including myself. Just wanted to make that clear. Editor Harry, over and out, back to the video. And even though I love that belt, and I probably always will, I am a little bit bored of seeing it now. So if you don't want to look the same as everyone else, here's some other options for you. Now, this belt from Our Legacy is almost as popular as the other Our Legacy belt, but I had to mention it because it's beautiful. Corridor have also got one in brown that looks really similar for a third of the price, so if you like brown belts, this is a cool one to go for. And for something smarter but still fun, MF Pen have this belt, which I think looks really cool. I also absolutely love this almond studded belt from La Mer. It's so nice and something a little bit different, but I wish it wasn't so expensive. You've also got this belt from A Kinda Guys. It's simple, but it's got a little bit of something going on. I also think All Saints are one of the best out there for cool looking belts for a more reasonable price. I've got one from them and it's my most worn belt right now, but unfortunately it's no longer in stock because I've had it for years. But this one gives off a similar kind of look and I'd buy it if I didn't already have mine. If you think I missed anything off this list, then please let me know. If you haven't watched one of these two videos yet, then make sure you watch them. They are great. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I will see you later.